For my end-of-year engineering project, I decided to do something completely ridiculous. And because so many people wanted to build their own, I'm making the entire project open source. My teammate and I wanted to do the impossible, to turn a Minecraft block into a real device, and our grades depended on it. The best part is that the only instructions for this final project was to build something cool. So we got to work. At first, we had no idea what to build. But that's usually where the best ideas start. One night, I was studying while listening to music, and then Minecraft music started to play. Suddenly, I was hit with this wave of happy memories. I basically grew up on that game. I mean, you have to understand, before laser cutters and 3D printers, Minecraft was what I used to bring my ideas to life. So I started thinking of ways to turn these good feelings into a project. And then I thought of something. I remembered the jukebox block from Minecraft, which actually plays Minecraft music. So naturally, I started wondering if I could create one in real life, that I could use to listen to music while I study, without the distraction of my phone. And that's basically how I come up with project ideas. Now all that was left was to call my old Minecraft buddy, good friend and classmate, Logan. Now, Logan's the kind of person who builds things because they're useful. He literally built a machine to sort his card collection because the commercial versions cost way too much. And since we both tend to study together, this was the perfect project for us. This also happens to be the first project that either of us has ever built with a teammate. Oh, good start. And at first, I didn't know if we'd get in each other's way, but actually, it was so much fun. And if ever there's a project out there that you're thinking of, that you really want to build, then you should just go for it. Even if you have no idea what you're doing. Because not knowing how to do something isn't a reason to stop, it's usually the reason to start. After all, there's no better way to get good at something than to simply start doing it. So, Logan and I ordered the parts, and we got to work. For real this time. We didn't know how this was gonna work at first, but that's sort of the best part. We figured things out as we went. For example, we put chips inside each one of the music discs by pausing the 3D print, placing them inside, and then letting it print on top of the chip. Then we put a scanner inside of the jukebox so we could detect which music disc went inside. It's essentially the same technology behind the tap function of your credit card. And you can buy it on Amazon. This is the final product. So let's see how it actually works. Inside the jukebox, there's this little SD card, which you can load with any song you want. And it doesn't have to be a Minecraft song either. And inside each one of these music discs is a little NFC chip. Each of these chips has a unique code which tells the jukebox exactly which song to play. So all you have to do is pop it in, press that button, and wait for that little red light to turn green. And it'll start playing right away through the speaker on its back. Now this part was totally optional, but I decided to 3D print the side panels with a filament that's actually made with wood, since that's how it's crafted in the game. This project was mostly made just by plugging wires into a breadboard. And all of the code was run directly on an Arduino Uno. It was sort of like a Lego set, just a little bit more technical. But you can always add more features to it. For example, if ever I wanted to make a shuffle option, that would be possible. So let me know, if I printed all of the parts, made an instruction manual, would you guys actually be interested in buying and assembling one for your own room? Let me know in the comments below. This project still had one more stop before we showed it to my professor. And it's actually the very reason I'm making this video at all, and the reason I'm making this project open source. And it all started when I received a message from the electronics YouTuber Platchitech. And he invited me to go to Faire Miami, not as a visitor, but as a creator and YouTuber. This was the first time I've ever been invited somewhere, not for a science project that I made, but as MateoTechLab, which feels like a milestone for me. I even had this event at my booth where people could put their names inside a jar and get a shout out in my next video. So this one's dedicated to Dylan Real. But as I thought back to my trip, I couldn't stop thinking about all the people who told me that they would love to build their own jukebox. Which is why I've decided to make this entire project open source. This means that all the 3D files, the code, and the circuit diagram is completely free for you guys to download and build your own jukebox with. In fact, all of the files are in the description on Arc. For those who don't know, Arc is a social media platform for makers or really anyone with a project to share. Think of it like a social media that actually motivates you to do the things that you enjoy instead of just scrolling. In fact, I'm going to be making a full step-by-step build tutorial video showing you exactly how to build your own jukebox, so make sure to follow me on Arc for early access and subscribe to my YouTube so you don't miss it. In the end, Logan and I ended up getting 105% on our assignment, so I guess you could say it was pretty cool. And if you're looking for a fun project that brings back good memories, then consider building your own jukebox. I highly recommend it.